I'm going to make another bat wreath for Halloween, but this time I'm going to use a ring board from Unique in the Creek. Let's get started. So I have a purple fabric mesh as well as black fabric mesh. You can use whatever mesh you want. I like either fabric mesh or the poly burlap. They seem to just work better for me. So I have those two. I have my cutting mat and then a glass cutting board. And then I also have this wood burning tool with a chisel tip. Okay, so I have this here. It's a 10-inch roll. It's going to be cut into 10-inch pieces. Okay, so I have all of my mesh cut, and then I have some 4-inch black zip ties here. The black will keep it from showing quite so much. Even though you're really not going to see it, I think it would be better just to use black. Okay, so I have my 10 by 10 piece. And I'm going to do the same fold that I used for the dragon wreath. Okay, so I'm just going to take one corner up to the other. Okay, so we have this here. Okay, so we have this long side here, and I'm going to take one tip, bring it to the other. Okay, so we have one folded side and one that's like a double folded side. Okay, now this is what they call the Star Trek petal, because it's kind of in the shape of a Star Trek symbol. Okay, so I'm trying to flatten this out as I'm talking to you. So then we're going to go from here, take this tip and bring it over to the other. Okay, and then we have, this is what we used for the dragon wreath. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a zip tie and just zip tie it here right at the bottom. And these should measure just about 8 inches long. Okay, now you can see how this just kind of bulges out a little bit. I personally don't like the way that looks. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to do like about a 3-inch strip of glue right here. Okay. Take you could take whatever you want. I'm just going to use my, what are those called? Clothespin. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use a clothespin to shut this right up the tip. I'm not going to put it on where that glue is. I'm going to try to fix this so it's a little bit better. Kind of put that on there. Okay. Now I'm going to put another strip of glue right here. Take another clip here and just kind of clip that down. Making sure I'm not going to put it right on where that glue is, because if you do, you'll have like a little indentation like right there. Not that people were going to see it, I just don't like to have it there. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Unique in the Creek ring form. Okay, I have it right here. My other video that I used was a 14-inch ring form from the Dollar Tree. So this is just about the same size. If you count the outside, it's slightly larger, but it's just about the same size. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this in half. I actually already had my husband cut it in half for me. But if you use your cutting mat as a guide, Okay, what I want to do is, instead of having the holes straight up and down like this, okay, like a hole here and hole here, what I want to do is go right in between these two holes. Okay, so I'm using my cutting mat as a guide here, and then also on the sides here. So actually I'm going to use this. I'm going to go from side to side. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 holes on either side, on either wing. Okay, and then we'll have the same here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to have we are able to make 2 bats with 1 ring. Okay, so I had my husband cut this right where I made these lines. Okay, and we have, there you go, we have 2 pieces here. For the first petal, I am only going to use 1 of these. Okay, I'm going to use this outside hole and the middle hole, and that's it for this very first row. And then for each one going in, let me grab some more zip ties here. I'm using 8-inch now. It'll just make it a little bit easier. Okay, from this point we're going to do this hole here. Use that first and second hole. Then we're going to share this second hole with the third hole, and then 1 just around that inside of that ring. Okay, and I'm going to do that on all of these. Okay, so now we have all of our zip ties in. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to start just by putting 1 black. We're going to have this tip where it comes, out like that. Okay, that's going to go towards the outside of the ring. Okay, zip tie that shut and cut that off. Okay, then we are going to go black, cut that off. Then we're going to do a purple. Again, we're going to keep all of these where this tip is going towards the outside. And then 1 more black. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, so I have a piece of parchment paper down. I already painted my cat face black. Okay, I just used this regular acrylic black paint. I'm going to use a bottle, this bottle of paint, and I'm going to use that as my guide and make a little circle. Okay, using a pencil. You can barely see that there, but I'm going to just end up doing 1 more. And you know what, if it's not exactly perfect in the middle of the face and it's a little to the side, you know what? That's just going to make it that much cuter. Okay, so it's a little off. You know what? That's going to be fine. I don't know if you can see it there, but I can see the pencil mark on here. Now, if I used a glossy paint, you're not going to see the pencil on there as much. So if that happens, use like a little scalpel or something like that and kind of make a slight indentation, and then you'll be able to see it. Nobody else will. Okay? So I'm just going to use a hair dryer and I'm going to dry this real quick and I'm going to do a second coat. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's adorable. Okay, so this is what I have. I am going to spray this with some acrylic paint just to give it a little bit more of a shine. And then we're ready to put this on the wreath. So I'm going to attach this cat face or bat face to the wreath here. And what I did, I just took this 18-inch wire, cut it in half so it's 9 inches long, and then kind of made it about 3 inches wide, like flat up against the wood here. In the very center, what I did, I used hot glue, and then on either side I used E6000. The hot glue will hold it for now, and then the E6000, it works better. It keeps it on for good, okay? So I did that. I let it cure overnight, and then now it's ready to attach. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this in right here on these 2 holes in the second hole going down. Go. And that's it. He's a little cutie pie. So this is our finished bat wreath. I think he is absolutely so sweet. This was so easy. We used less mesh than we did on the one that I did before, using the Dollar Tree 14-inch wreath frame. So this actually turned out to be cheaper, right? And I want to show you what I did. I did put on these bottom 2 holes there in the middle, I put another zip tie. That is to use to hang. We still have that wire from where we attached the head, but that's going to work out just fine. Now, if you wanted to do this upside down, turn the head around, you absolutely can do that too, okay? So we just can do it both ways. It's perfectly fine, especially since we have 2 half pieces. We could do them both ways, okay? So tell me what you think. I'm loving it. My name is Patty Davis. I'm with Crooked Tree Creations, and I'll see you in our next video.